All right, everybody, welcome to the morning show. Welcome back. Today we are ranking Deftones albums, and we are joined by Ali and Imara. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Imara.
I'm Allie.
They're our friends. Imara is a pop singer.
I'm not a okay. I'd say pop and electronic music. I do covers on my channel, and then I also have music out on Spotify and all streaming platforms.
Yeah, linked somewhere up here. Ali is probably the most knowledgeable of us of their discography. You got me into Deftones mostly. Before this, I knew Rocket Skates before we met, and that was it. I just really like that song. So
It's a good song.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and as far as I go, I listened to one album, and then I knew like the hit singles, but so this has been a very enlightening experience. This has been good.
If Trentin and I will most likely review the album that they're coming out with next month, so we'll release this, and then I guess when we do that, we can say where we would theoretically put it in our ranking.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna try my best to have us have a one definitive ranking
Okay.
instead of having to do Imara's ranking and then Ali's ranking and then my ranking, because that's a lot of work for me to do editing wise.
Right.
So that being said, we can get started. Imara, what's your
All
lowest
right.
pick?
My
9.
lowest pick. Okay, I don't want anybody to come for me, but I was really going back and forth between. Let me turn off my notifications. I was really going back and forth between Ohms and Adrenaline. Okay, listen. I liked a few. I think I liked more songs on Adrenaline than I liked on Ohms. I was surprised by Adrenaline. Okay, it's one of their most earliest. I think it's their first album.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it's their first album. It's one of their most earliest. I will say now I'm not as much into the metal genre as the rest of them, but I really do like Deftones though. So Ohms and Adrenaline. Ohms is my number 8. Adrenaline is my number 9. That's
Okay.
Gotcha.
my
Okay.
top.
So we're just doing like
bottom
our
two.
like the lowest.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one we didn't like.
So my lowest was Ohms. I don't
Yeah,
know.
makes sense.
Now I don't know if this is really considered like the most like recent bias, because I do have like a strong attachment to like their earlier stuff, but I have listened to Ohms like through and through multiple times, and there's just something about Chino's vocals that kind of don't really sit right with me. I don't know if it's the mixing, but it's just, I don't know, like it starts off good, and sometimes you're like, entranced by it, and then it just feels like it goes in like a completely other direction. I feel like it wasn't as like cohesive as their other albums, so I'd have to say that that's my lowest. What about you, Ashton?
I will say for me, there is certainly a familiarity bias. I was familiar with like Around the Fur, Adrenaline, White Pony, and Diamond Eyes, and then we decided we wanted to do a ranking. So in the last month, I've been listening to all the albums that aren't that. So if some of my opinions seem a little funny and stupid, like maybe one of their more recent albums is widely acclaimed, but I didn't like it, it could be just because I didn't know it when I was 10. That being said, Gore is their worst album. Go ahead, Trentin, say something about it.
Wrong! Ashton, I'm gonna cry.
No, go. Just say your last one first. We'll get to that.
Oh my God, Ashton. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I don't want to get into me and Ashton arguing too soon. The worst one's Adrenaline. Okay.
Okay, fuck
The
that.
worst
Okay,
one.
so
Fuck that.
so
Fuck
we-
Ashton. Fuck you.
Fuck you! Gore
No,
is not
because
the worst.
Adrenaline?
Listen,
Come
we
on.
both have no, listen. We both have Adrenaline on the bottom, and I think that's very valid. But I will say you're probably more into that sound.
Guys.
Okay, honey, listen. You said like what was it, Rocket Skates? So you have a little bit of a bias, and
I put Adrenaline
But in
third.
terms of all of their
Holy
albums,
shit, dude.
whoa.
Okay, third is a little bit
Adrenaline
crazy.
is
Are you
so
serious?
It's good. It's a good album, but I don't know
good.
if third, just because of the way that it's like mixed, and it's their
Ashton.
earliest album. Like I don't.
I'm telling you, in terms of all of their albums, I would have to put that one last because the rest of you just like have to, admit some of the rest of them are just better. At least I wouldn't put it above 5. I wouldn't put it above 5.
I agree.
But 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 I like it.
Wait.
Okay, that's okay.
I have a way that we could settle this. I'm curious about where did you put Ohms, do you think?
Mine is on the bottom.
It's on bottom?
Yeah.
I think we could agree on this because Ohms is my number 8. What if we put
yeah.
Ohms
So we
at
did the
9
same.
and then it could to meet with Ashton's horrible demands? We put it at 7 because and
Okay.
fucking Adrenaline is
Oh
ass.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not putting it above 7 or anything. Okay.
7, I think 7 works.
And
That
I just
works.
want to explain a little bit about my case. Adrenaline is a fine enough album to listen to, okay? I don't judge you that hard. Honestly, after listening to Deftones a lot, I really don't think there's that I don't think any albums are bad or unlistenable in any way. I
Agreed.
really don't think so. I just think Adrenaline shows its age. I don't like the Chino rapping stuff. I've always hated it. And it's just basic. I don't think they had the vibe down yet.
I don't know.
I think. I'm
Talk-
sorry. You were gonna say something?
It is like, it's very 90s and it's very nu metal, but I love Chino's voice and I love their like, it seems their aggression dissipated as they went on. I think, they obviously still have sections where they're screaming and there's like, I'm almost 50. Is Chino 50?
I think he might be approaching
He's probably
60.
getting up
I
there.
think he's getting up
Wow.
there.
Okay, let me
I
just-
think. Don't quote me on that.
I'm 60,
But
but I'm still hip and cool. Balance, or whatever is on Ohms.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's so much anger going on
You
there,
know-
especially in songs like, what is the second song off that album? The one where he's talking about how he's riding on his bicycle and his
Ohms?
friends were waiting at the door. No, Adrenaline.
oh, fuck.
There's that song,
'Cause there
there's-
are some lyrics where I was like, what
it's
did he
it's
just
bored
say?
and then
Minus Blindfold.
mine's blindfold.
And like 7 Words has all that anger, and as well with Bored when I think it's like the third chorus where he's screaming I get bored.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know,
because
it's just-
with Adrenaline, like as an opener, Bored really had me like, oh, okay, like, bumping my head or whatever. But as the album went on, it was kind of just like, kind of phasing together. There wasn't a lot that stood out to me. My thoughts on Adrenaline was, it was a very cohesive album, but some of the songs just kind of sound the same. And I don't want anybody to attack me for that, but I will say there are some songs that I really did like. Actually, the closing track is one of my favorites off
Fist,
Adrenaline.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Fist. I keep thinking it's like First or something. But
They
Fist,
fucked up on Spotify one
I
time.
really, I really do like that song, and there are songs on Adrenaline that I like, but I think as Trentin was saying, in terms of like the rest of them and their newer stuff, it's not like I would complain if somebody put it on. It's listenable. Would I choose to listen to it in my free time? I wouldn't choose to listen to it in my free
Number
time.
3, man.
Man, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. You guys aren't with it, okay?
Let's move on to number 8.
Okay.
I want to talk about Gore soon, all right? But
Well-
let's talk about number 8 first. And start with you, Ali. Or
So-
Imara.
Yes.
My bad.
It's okay. So I did put Ohms at number 8 as well, and I said the both of those first because I was kind of going back and forth between it, because I think I rated Adrenaline, like personally, like 0.5 more than Ohms, but I would definitely agree if everyone wanted to put Ohms at number 9 and Adrenaline a little higher, because Ohms is my number 8.
Yeah.
What about you, Ali?
Okay, this actually kind of shocked me when I was doing my own placements, but I put self-titled at
Whoa.
8. Hear me out, guys.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this actually used to be my top favorite Deftones album. I wouldn't even argue about it. I'd just be like, yep, self-titled, that's it. We're done. But going back and listening to it, I think, I've like ran through their entire discography multiple times, and I think I put at the time self-titled like as my top because of 2 tracks specifically. Hexagram and Needles and Pins are like, I feel like one of their best songs ever made.
Right.
Genuinely, I still would agree with that. But
Yeah.
when I go in and listen to the rest of it, it just doesn't seem, I don't know, it's missing something for me. Like it doesn't seem as cohesive as I thought it was. And listening to it along with the other albums, like with it, like, chronologically, I was just like, I don't know. And I know that was actually, I think, an era where the band was like risking splitting. So I feel like you can kind of hear that. There's some like contradiction in a lot of their music. I feel like the drum sounded one way. The chorus to what was it? Hexagram, kind of like
It can kind of
bugs
throw you
me.
off.
It throws me off so bad. And I don't know. I used to love that album so much, and I think it still has like its great elements to it, but it's heavy. I like heavy stuff, but it's not as great as I feel like a lot of the other albums. So I feel like it deserves 8th place, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I
What did
put Ohms at 7. I put Gore on the bottom, and then Ohms.
No, 8. What you're
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
8.
Ohms was here, or yeah, Gore was the worst, and then I put Ohms directly above that.
Yeah, I also put Ohms, so that's why I can I think we can mutually agree.
Yeah.
Ohms is 9. I'd love to keep talking about self-titled. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ohms. You have no clue how relieved I am. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of procrastinated a lot on listening to these, and I was listening to Ohms last night, and I totally fucking fell asleep, and it was a great sleep experience. But like I tried listening again, and it was just like, I don't know. It just all sounded the same, and it just it more than any other Deftones album, I just forgot about it. I actively, the reason why in my head I put Adrenaline below it is because I actively dislike some of the songs, but equally it's something to be said about how Ohms is just so forgettable.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
actually,
also like
yeah.
sorry, it's like their 7th album. Like they should
Oh,
have
yeah,
it
it's
together
recent.
by now. So
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I was expecting, like, okay, it's one of the most recent ones that came out when Allie and I got into Deftones. But when I was listening to it, nothing stood out to me that much. Like sometimes I'll listen to some of their albums, and I'll be like, oh, this song is great. This song is great. I love this part. Listening to Ohms, I think I wrote like I only liked 4 out of the 10 songs, and even then, I don't think I would listen to any of them again. And as an opener, I think Genesis is the opener. It wasn't the best off the album. Honestly, when it got to Ohms, the title track, which is the
I think it's the
closing
last-
track,
yeah,
it is
closing.
the last track. I remember being like, wait, like this riff is kind of hitting. Where was this in the rest of the album? Honestly.
yeah. So in conclusion, now we have to decide a number 8.
Yeah.
I think we can say
put
Adrenaline,
yeah.
right? Yes, okay, for sure.
And you're okay with
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I mean, again,
Be put in your place.
they are, especially Allie, is someone who's, I would say, like, Deftones is one of your favorite bands, right?
Absolutely.
I would never say that about Deftones. If this was a Gojira ranking, and somebody dare suggest to me that L'Enfant Sauvage is anything but the best music of all time, I might just stop recording. I might just go home.
I
And by
want
home, I mean here.
clip this, Ashton. Clip this, because I promise you, I'm not gonna like L'Enfant
I will
Sauvage.
beat the shit out of you. I will beat your ass.
This is not.
Don't even say that to me.
This is
Don't
not.
even suggest. I don't even.
Okay.
This is like
Okay.
having, if I were Catholic and my son was coming out as gay. Like I don't even want to consider that right now. We'll get to that when we get there, if we do get there.
Number 7.
All right, number 7. I'm open to changing this, honestly, because when we were going through the albums, we kind of paused in between Gore. Also, I think I said before we started recording, I listened to Gore all the way through by myself, like a few years ago, and I really did like it. Some of the songs I really did like, but I put it at number 7. And I'm sorry, but I'm actually opening to changing it because I did like a lot of the songs off of it. And because we did pause re-listening in the middle of it, I think there's probably some stuff that I was kind of not paying much attention to. But on its own, I remember loving it and I remember liking it. But in terms of the other albums, I did put it at number 7, but I'm definitely open to changing that.
I also put Gore at number 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
Here's
now
the
you know how it fucking feels, Trentin.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing.
at least my fucking.
I love that album. Honestly, this is that was probably my hardest ranking to do because I
Yeah.
feel like at that point when we get to number 7, I feel like every album like 7 and up that I put, I just bangers after bangers on. Like I love Deftones. I love their
Yeah.
albums. I think they're great. I don't think they have a single bad album. I mean, Ohms is a little bit questionable, but yeah, like Gore is great. I just my
terms
6th
of
and
the
my
rest of them.
7th was I was really struggling with that, but I had to
Same.
put Gore at 7th because I don't know. Like I appreciate the sound
Yeah.
for sure. I think that they would consider that their healing album, and you can definitely hear that. It's Trenton's like struggling. Like you can hear that, and I think it sounds a bit more upbeat than their usual albums as well. This could be a little bit of a bias, but I really do appreciate and like their more heavier sound. And I think that's
It
probably
was a
why I
little
put it
light.
lower. Yeah, it definitely was a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a bad album at all. That's just where I'd have to put for my 7th.
I did not, since I put Gore at the bottom. If we can put it as low as possible right now, that's what I'm gonna go with.
I think we can
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, go ahead. We'll
But-
put Gore at 7, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
What I put for my 7th was Koi no Yokon, and I don't
Ashton.
think.
Ashton.
Look, and I would again.
don't
I want to
disagree.
say there's recency bias,
Whoa.
or I guess recency diss bias and familiarity bias. I really of the new albums that I listened to, I think Koi no Yokon, with the exception of their self-titled, I like that one a lot. Those are my favorites. I think it's a great album. I just have like long-standing emotional relationships with all the other albums, right?
Yeah, you have
So
to.
so it's a good album, but I wouldn't buy it before some of the other ones. So yeah, there is no like objective like opinionation there, or like, you know, it sounds bad compared to these. I just didn't get into Deftones with that album, and I couldn't dare suggest that I should put it over something that's like my little baby.
It's
So-
definitely something you have to listen to. I will say, Koi no Yoken is like no skips for me. Honestly, I could listen to it all the way through. Or I mean, maybe I'd skip a few, or if I'd pick out certain ones to listen to on my own. But I really sonically love that album. So,
Yeah.
it's a little
I like
hurt,
it.
but.
I'll get into my number 7. First off, I'd just like to say a word for Gore.
Oh.
Rest in peace. It was my number 3. I'm so sad. No, I think now I'll kind of get into what I like Deftones for. I like Deftones for their, more than any other band, I feel like in combination with like their mixing and the album cover and everything, per album they try to capture a vibe, right? You know what I mean? And on top of that, I like the prog elements, and I think you kind of already know with that in mind, prog elements. I don't know if you could even call that for some of them, but I think you kind of know where my number 1 is. But Gore, I literally listened to today, and I've never been. I was so pleased. I was so pleased. Gore had me. I have so many songs. I wrote them down, which I don't
Yeah.
usually do. Fucking
Geometric headdress.
geometric headdress and hearts/wires.
That was my favorite.
I liked
Yes.
that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wish the rest of it sounded like that.
Right. Well, I think
like a lot of the album actually.
I thought it was really good. And on top of that, like as a bassist, right? So I'm also really attached to Chi Cheng, and that's like I think the second album since his death, and I think it might be maybe the first, but I think the bassist really showed out on the new bassist really showed out on this album. Kind of proved himself to me.
You know,
And,
he's not with the band anymore, actually. The newer bassist that they got after Chi, he's not with them anymore.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, whoever you are, I'm so sorry. No, but yeah, I think he proved himself in a way, to me at least, where I was like, okay, yeah, you can stand up to Chi Cheng, because I think he did a great job, and it was just so cool. But
yeah.
whatever, Gore's in 7, I'll accept it. It's fine. And then my 7 is Saturday Night Wrist.
Oh.
It was between that and Koi no Yokon.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we will discuss that in the next one. I won't sit on Saturday Night Wrist yet because we haven't talked about it yet. But
I think I definitely prefer their in-between era before they dedicated themselves to this more proggy, shoegazy, atmospheric sound. Like Gore is that. That's what you like about
I would
them.
not say Gore is like shoegazy.
Maybe not shoegazy, but it's very ethereal.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm using shoegaze as like a buzzword to describe music I don't really understand, but that's like
Koi
my
no
least-
Yoken is more shoegazy to me
Yeah.
if you need like a reference.
That's like my least favorite era.
Well,
like,
in my
the
opinion,
more-
a little.
They dig into that, the less there I am. I like their earlier to mid aggressive but still vibey, moist sound. It's very cool. I feel like I don't know, on Gore, I don't like Chino's, not his vocals, but the melodies that he chooses to sing and the riffs that are on the album. They're putting emphasis on all the right notes, on all the wrong notes for me. I don't
That's
know.
actually what a
Wow.
lot of people say.
It's like
Really?
it
What are we-
doesn't feel like there's a lot of emotion there. Like I want my guitars and my vocals to be agonized or,
I mean,
or furious. It doesn't
yeah,
sound like either
it
of
just
those
depends on taste, I guess.
It almost
that's where. Sorry, that's the other thing because you kind of brought it up with before, but I guess we might be on opposite ends. Where it's like I understand what you mean, where you want the vocals and stuff to be agonized, but I also equally want the notes to make sense. And for Chino, it's my lowest moments with Chino are when it feels like he's trying to go for notes that he can't properly hit, and it just drives me crazy every time. And it feels like to me at least on Gore he never did that, whereas on things like Adrenaline it was just constantly him trying to hit notes and he just couldn't do it.
Aren't there like songs he can't perform or doesn't perform?
Oh, yeah. I feel like every artist kind of has that.
I respect him for he does it every album, so I can't hate, but like I don't know.
If my nature is to enjoy music that's very sad and like very emotional, what it feels like sometimes Deftones is almost like a celebratory, triumphant sound, at least especially on Gore. And that's like, regardless of whether or not I think it's good or bad, that stuff is never going to resonate with me. Anywho, what are we on, number 6?
Yes.
Number 6, I did put self-titled. I liked a few songs on self-titled actually. I liked like 4 out of the 11 songs, and it was nice and chill, you know. The opener was interesting. Like Ali said, I love Needles and Pins. It's probably my favorite off the album. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything else for me to say about it. I will say, the sound overall was a nice, interesting sound. Like, it was very, like, I liked the heaviness of that one versus, like, Adrenaline was a little... And I'm not trying to say that all of metal is like this, but Adrenaline was very noisy to me. Okay, like it was just like noisy, because sometimes the songs kind of just, with the gritty screaming, kind of just blend together sometimes for me. I usually listen to a lot of music that has very like dry upfront vocals, and sometimes Chino pushes his vocals into the back a little bit with some effects. But anyways, I did put self-titled at number 6. But I do like the sound of it, so, you know.
Is it good?
No, not at all. I did. Sorry, my bad. I don't know why I did that. Go ahead with your number 6. Yeah.
So my number 6, I actually put Adrenaline. My reasoning for this, re-listening to it for this, you know, ranking specifically, I guess I was kind of reminded of how good that album is, regardless of, you know, the mixing and everything. It was their first, you know, it sounds very stereotypical, like 90s kind of toaster quality, and that's okay, hey. But I feel like the one thing that kind of did it for me is like the song placement. Like when you're listening to it through chronologically, it's just like it starts off a certain way, and then when you get to like maybe like the third song, like it just fucking like explodes. And because I do like heavier music, like it just kind of like, I don't know, it gives you that like chills, like the reaction. Like I really liked what they did with the track list, the song placement, and then ending it off with Fist with this like very mellow calmness. I don't know, something about that really hit for me. And the one thing I will say about Adrenaline is like, I really, you know, I like the new metal, you know, where they're like kind of rapping, doing thing. I know Chino, I don't know if I'm big on his rapping. Like I like it, but there were some moments where you honestly, most moments you can't even really tell what he's saying, but that's not the point, you know?
Yeah. Sift through all the clicks.
It's
making me
It's not
sick.
even off of Adrenaline.
No, because I think that was the album where I was talking about like some of the lyrics. I was hearing it and I'd be like, what did he just say? Like, what is he even talking about?
Yeah.
But
I think like mainly I was just focusing on like the feeling that it gave, and I feel like it was very, very absolutely cohesive, and like that's like a really big thing. Like,
sure.
I don't know, it's just like one that I really appreciate. And really listening to it made me realize how much I really do appreciate their earlier stuff, and especially Adrenaline. I feel like it was a very strong first album for them, for sure. So that's
there's something to be said about how I'm glad that people still stick to Adrenaline. Like some early stuff. I mean, I love Tool, but even I'm one of the guys where it's like I don't stick around for Undertow. Honestly, I don't think it holds up at that much. So, and that you can say that with a lot of first albums. I think there's a fan base for Adrenaline, so that's pretty cool.
Right.
I don't see what the production hate is. I don't think Adrenaline's production is that bad. Personally,
no, not at all.
Sometimes I find their more modern production boring. I know that's a generic Ashton, you know, brain rot take.
You want all of the noises, you want all of the hits that randomly made it into the vocal chop, like, you know.
Look, I like all of their production is good. I don't know. Adrenaline for me has a charm. I will say,
Yeah.
I also put self-titled as my number 6.
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't realize that White Pony is their third album. That's
I was
fucking
literally
crazy.
saying
And,
that.
like,
I didn't realize it was their third. And I really like it.
Their self-titled a lot. It felt like just more of Around the Fur and more of Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Yeah.
more of Adrenaline, but especially
But
like
it has
Around
that,
the Fur.
like,
Yeah.
kind of
And-
vibe.
Yeah. And it just felt like kind of a weird step back from what they were doing on White Pony. It just seems like a
Mhm.
definitively worse album compared to what White Pony is.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. What the fuck is it when girls telephone boys?
Boys,
I
fucking
liked
love
that
that
song.
song, dude.
That's fucking
Yeah.
great. I love
Yeah.
that. Needles and Pins. That's fucking great. I don't know.
Oh, it goes hard.
I think if I spent more time with this album, I could come to really, really like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it came late to the game, so it's going in 6
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, so we have. the
Yeah,
same.
I'd like to. I think we can just go ahead and declare number 6 as self-titled.
Yeah.
My number 6 was Koi no Yokan, but honestly, now that I'm hearing you guys, I think I agree because my next one, like spoiler, is self-titled, so I could probably switch
Flip
those in my
that
head.
around.
Point is though, in my head I liked self-titled. I think self-titled might be the perfect. Oh, I want to get into Deftones.
Yeah.
Here's this album. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, to me at least, it kind of embodies their sound. I guess you know what I mean.
For sure.
Of course, things like White Pony and Gore and different albums like that change that whole sound. But on a base level, if you want someone to know what Deftones kind of sounds like,
Yeah.
in my head, I think you show them self-titled, and that's pretty cool, right? Because self-titled albums usually like. In my head, what's the point of a self-title? It's to show what the band is.
Yeah.
And I think self-titled does that. But equally, I don't remember any songs. So like
Yeah.
I remember being happy and content with it. I'm pretty fairly happy and content, but I don't remember that much. So yeah, let's just say you know what, I'm moving it. Yeah, I agree. Self-titled is number 6, and we'll keep it there. Alrighty.
What was your number 5?
My number 5, okay, is White Pony. I put White Pony at number 5. I'm actually opening. I'm open to changing it. Listen, because I did.
Get your fucking hands on it!
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yes.
I actually was surprised to find out that it was their third album because I really did like it. And I loved like 9 out of the 12 songs. Like, loved. My favorite, I think, was Pink Maggot.
Yes.
For sure. And I did like RX
Phenomenal.
Queen. That was one that I added to a playlist. Like, if I added to a playlist, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to listen to this again. So I really love it. And the opener, I know, isn't Back to School the one that they didn't.
Look
They hated
back
that
to sift through all the
I
clicks.
liked it. The lyrics made me giggle.
I liked
okay,
it.
the lyrics made me giggle.
Deftones
but
lyrics shouldn't make you giggle.
Listen,
that
the-
song sucks ass.
It's not
that
that
I
song
like it.
sucks ass.
It's not
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not as bad as I
That
remember
song
people trying to
sucks
convince me it
ass.
was.
It's kind of catchy.
Okay,
I
listen,
like it.
listen.
Yeah, you
I
can
like it.
Listen,
Did you
what
know
I-
Deftones didn't want to make it?
They
You
didn't.
You can feel they
But
didn't
let
want
me
to make
tell you
it.
something. I
I'm sorry.
really did like, okay, I liked the sound. Okay, if you took out Chino's vocals, if you took that all out, I was vibing with the beat. I'm very, like, I love instrumentals. I love, like, every little secret hidden, ear candy thing that people put into songs. And with metal especially, one thing that draws me in is how your instrumental can, like, hook me. So I did like that as an opener, and, like, I liked it. So White Pony is my number 5, but I'm definitely open to putting it higher. I know I say that with everyone, but, like, every song after number 7 is kind of
Be prepared to put it higher. No, I'm sorry. I'm being angry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna
My
chill.
5th, I put Saturday Night Wrist.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
interesting album. I know this was the drama album. I know, like, Hole in the Earth, which is, I feel like, the opener and, like, literally the best song on the album. You can literally, Chino, in, like, the chorus, he's all like, I hate all my friends. That's him actively venting about the drama that was happening in the band at the time. I think some of those elements kind of peek their way into the album with some of the songs. But regardless of that, I feel like they did a phenomenal job on that album.
I love that
It's definitely
album.
more of their, like, I think that's when they kind of traveled more into, like, the shoegazy
The
sound, I
opener,
believe.
Hole in the Earth is such a
I
good
agree.
opener. I love that song.
Mhm.
I love a lot of the songs
That
off
might
that
actually
album.
be my favorite Deftones song.
Yeah.
Ever. But
Fifth
but
is
yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
What?
This is my favorite album.
No,
favorite-
favorite
No,
song.
favorite song.
I know, but it's just like,
Come on.
this is my favorite song.
This is why it's hard to rank it though.
Fifth.
No, listen.
Okay,
Listen,
but
we're ranking the albums. We're ranking the albums. Songs
listen.
individually are totally different. Anyways,
Yes, no, I understand.
but
yeah.
yes. So obviously, 5 and up is when we're getting to just like my gems. But I'd say Saturday Night Wrist is kind of a little lower, mid level. Just
Yeah.
because there were, we're not even going to talk about the ending of Pink Cell Phone. That's just very.
I know you were
off-putting.
trying to tell me, oh my God, Imara, there's more to the ending. I kept thinking it was over when that lady was monologuing, and then she started talking about some stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'd still listen to the song though,
Yeah. But
because
That was-
it's not a
yeah.
deal breaker for me.
That's my. I sorry to skip you, Ashton, but no, that was like by far my biggest thing. I was like, oh, a secret song. It sucks.
Yeah.
It was so.
No.
I was so like, you wasted my time. I hate you for this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashton.
Saturday Night Wrist is my fifth.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
you know
Yes.
what? Not to spoil, but I put Saturday Night Wrist at my number 4, so I'm open to switching that with White Pony for sure. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, because my Saturday Night Wrist was my my 7th, so I think
Yeah.
it sounds like Saturday Night Wrist is next
Yep.
on the chopping block. What is that? We're on number 5.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 5 to Saturday Night Wrist. Do you have anything you want to say about the album, Ashton?
I think it's a very good album. I think the album sounds exactly like the cover art. They exist
agree. Yeah.
in this fluid, emotional, dark feeling realm, which I think is fucking sick.
Mhm.
Also, Beware is sick. It's my favorite
Oh,
song
for
off the
sure.
album. I know
Kim
it's like-
Dracula,
yeah.
Fucking
love
And like
it.
Surge is on it. I like that guy.
Mhm.
But again, this is another one that I was late to the game to. Like, I had gotten into this album a few months ago,
Mm-hmm.
but compared to the things that influenced my tastes outside of this, I can't let it go any further than 5th.
Yeah,
I agree.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, no. So my next one would be Koi no Yokan, but we'll get into that. Saturday Night Wrist. Yeah, no. I my main thing in my head was it started great and then
Yeah.
it fizzled out in the second half for the most part. I loved Rats, Rats, Rats. That's my favorite one. And then I will say though I kind of realized it's basically a Rolo Tomasi song but Deftones and worse. But that's just that the ones who know that I realized that was a bit niche. Point is though, yeah, no, I don't know. Second half waned off for me. I agree. Hole in the Earth is one of their best songs.
Absolutely.
I also think MX was a good closer if you consider it.
That's
the
on
closer.
Around the Fur.
Oh wait, hold on. Did I fuck up? My bad.
Trentin, you're being silly.
Oh, I'm being silly.
I think
No, I'm correct. No, I'm wrong. My bad. But I still think that it was a good closer. Cut that out.
Okay.
Whatever the closer was a good closer, and then it had a secret song and it sucked ass, and it made me very angry.
Yeah, I do agree. I think
Oh.
the first half of the album is really awesome. And I don't know, maybe I'm just hey, why don't you shut your fucking mouth, okay?
Okay.
Jeez, how ableist can you be, Trentin? Come on. Anywho, it could be so that I'm just not very good at listening to albums and memorize the first half and then get lazy with the second. But I don't know, maybe if it was a good album, it would change that about me.
You know,
Yeah.
I will say the first few tracks are really good, and then I have skips in the second half, so I can agree with it. Kind of fizzles out a little bit.
I did
and
it.
then they hit you with Kim Dracula, and it's like so good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, number 4.
So yeah, my number 4 was Saturday Night Wrist
Okay.
originally, but yeah,
Mhm,
we're
gotcha.
switching that to we made it number 5. I think we did.
Deal.
So
Yep. All right.
My number 4 is White Pony. Still
Ooh.
consider that a 10 out of
It's
10 album.
close.
Maybe 9 out of 10, but still, regardless, very, very good, stellar album. I just think the other ones that are left deserve a higher spot, so I had to
Yeah.
sacrifice and put it forth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think there's really anything I could say. I think collectively, the Deftones community, people who listen to the album, know that it's magic. Know that it's great. It's very.
I would agree with putting it there.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's close to the top 3, man. And my top 3 are my top 3.
It's got great elements to it. It's got a really good mix of. I'd say almost. I might even use that as a song to send to people for their first Deftones album because I think it also sets the tone for a lot of their sound. It's got like softer elements. It's got new metal.
Yeah.
It's got really heavy metal. Just really really good album all around.
Yeah.
I will do it to you, Trentin. I put White Pony in 4th because it's overrated.
My heart.
It's very good. It's a great album. It's even, I don't know. Again, I think a lot of the appeal of Deftones is their ability to just be so atmospheric, and that's one of my favorite things about music. But I didn't like, how do you pronounce this? Fitisiera?
Something like that.
Fetisha?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I didn't like it. Okay,
I think
dislike
I
is a
remember
strong
liking
word.
that song.
I don't like that one that much. I don't like RX Queen or Street Carp
Whoa.
or Teenager.
Love it.
But all the other songs.
How do you
you
not
hold
like
your fucking tongue until it's your turn?
How do you not like those when you're like back to school? How do you not
Yeah,
like
that's
those when
what
you're
Yeah,
like
I
back to
will
school?
say that's a
something wrong with that.
little.
Because Back to School is the opener, so I got to
sit through all the clicks.
Shut your fucking mouth. Okay, it's cool. And
I
like,
will say. Sorry, you were saying something.
I don't like those songs, but the songs that aren't those songs, and it's a big album, so there are there are a lot of songs. They're all great. They're so
They
good. They're
are.
so peak. Passenger. I love Passenger. It's I don't know. And what is it? Digital Bath. That's obviously
Oh,
great.
Digital
Change,
Bath.
Knife
man,
Party.
That's one of my
Pink Maggot.
Knife
Korean
Party.
Knife Party.
When we
Korea,
went to the
that
Deftones
song.
concert and the lady next to us pulled out a pocket knife during Knife Party and she was Snapchatting it. And I just remember like me and Ashton scooted over her.
Yeah, and there's like the aggression on this album that is maintained where in other albums it lacks is so fucking.
But you know
It's
what?
got so much teeth, and I love
I'm
that
actually
about it.
looking back at the track list of that song. I mean of that album. I did like a lot of it actually. I think number 4 for White Pony could be.
I'm being serious. I actually felt my heart rate increase over the course. I don't understand how you all can feel this way. It's my number 1. It's my number
Respect.
1.
You know what? Yeah.
I guess since we're talking about it, I'll make my case for it. But I think considering how everyone put it there, we could put it in 4. But I just like to make the case. As you said, the aesthetic and the atmosphere that it created is phenomenal. It's the reason why I put that album art so high, because I don't think I've ever seen something so perfectly put art and or
Like
even the
encapsulate
lack of
the
art
album.
and capturing that in music. Pink Maggot is a masterpiece.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, Passenger is almost perfect. I mean, fucking. I think every song, with the exception of that, and that is where I almost put like White Pony to me in 2, where I just can't help but just feel so devastated that the album has Back to School on it, and there's a reason why in their fucking definitive edition they took it off. Okay.
Oh, wow.
They,
Wow.
I
I mean,
just-
they hated it.
How can you possibly as a band say I fucking hate this song? The label made me make it. We're gonna open the album with it, guys.
You have to.
Did they have a choice?
Do you not understand?
I don't
like
think they
you
had a
have
choice.
to.
Okay, well, whoever's in Deftones needs to get some fucking reading glasses when they start signing these contracts. I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand how the music industry really is. We're independent creators. We don't have to deal with that. But also, I don't know. And then, that being said, if you buy the vinyl or the special edition, Fita Sierra opens the album, and that's disgusting.
You're-
I don't know.
I think I remember liking that song.
You're
It's
wrong.
okay.
I don't think it's bad. None of the songs are bad except for maybe what is it?
Do
I
you
don't-
have a bias because Change became popular on TikTok, and so you're like,
No,
it's
I love Change.
overrated?
I love Change.
Yeah.
Okay.
But RX
Okay.
Queen, which one is it? Let me-
I liked
The
RX Queen.
662. The address one.
yeah, that one's silly.
I
don't
just
know.
think that almost every song is great and they're all unique too. I think to me at least, right? None of those songs blend together. In the same way that
Oh, yeah.
self-titled songs blend together, every song in White Pony is very unique, I guess, to some's problems. But Rip White Pony, you were a real one, and it's going in 4.
Okay, I'm gonna get more coffee.
My number 4 is Around the Fur.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for you guys to talk about it so I can share my opinions. Number 3.
Number 3, Around the Fur.
Around the Fur.
I put Around the Fur at number 3. I love that album. Honestly, there's like, I would not skip probably the entirety of it. I think there's only 10 songs, so it's not. Ashton, don't give me that look.
I just got something that I know I'm gonna suggest.
No, because listen, I'm open to changing the order of that, but Around the Fur is definitely like a really good album. Opener, like, let me see. Immaculate vibes on the entire album, honestly. Like, the sound of it, I loved it. The album cover, it's cool. Like, a lot of people get tattoos of it. A lot of the songs I did like, so that's why it is so high for me, but it's not the highest. So, but a lot of the songs are just really good. So it couldn't be any lower than that.
I would like to interject since I put Around the Fur at number 4. I apologize. Trentin's turn because he says so. No, I agree. I also just want to say I have a personal attachment to it again for Chi Chang because I feel like this was his album to me. Pretty much all of his bass lines were great, and I think more than anything to me, like, he's a great bass player for the restraint he shows. A lot of his lines, worse bassists like me would kind of do too much, but he keeps it where it needs to go, so then when he does special things, it really means more. And this whole album was very special for him. And
so you're saying you definitely put it higher?
I put it 4, but I will say I would like to declare that because you guys, my list is so different than your guys', I want to put Around the Fur higher. I guess we'll see where you and Ashton put it, but I don't know. But that being said, I think it's great. I think MX was a good closer.
Yes.
I accidentally wrote that twice. And then also Chino stuck in a good range for that album. He didn't do too many crazy things. So, rest in peace, Chi Chang. What do you think?
I think we're going to probably be locking in this placement because I also put Around the Fur for 3rd.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was the first Deftones album I had ever listened to, so right off the bat, there's a lot of good memories tied to it. It's a no skips album as well, 10 out of 10
for sure.
I think a lot of people collectively agree that it's one of their best albums for sure. Album cover, iconic, just everything that went into making that album and everything that Chino would talk about in interviews about the process and the creative process. It just really, I don't know, they really outsold that. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal in every way. Die the Flu. Amazing track. MX is also a very good closer, I'd agree. I think they had 2 hidden things. There was a bong hit and 30 minutes in. Or I think the song is 30 minutes or something. But there was a bong hit at some point in that, and then little special stuff added to that, which kind of added some fun elements to it. But yeah, for sure, I'd say Around the Fur is my number 3.
Okay, I put Adrenaline as my number 3 because I think it's really cool and awesome, and I guess not everyone can really appreciate it for its value. Whatever. Fuck you guys.
No,
we can put it at 3.
Whatever, it's fine.
I think. Stop.
It was my number 1.
No, wait. Okay, then that's why. Stop. Don't write anything down. We need to talk. Okay.
Okay.
We need to talk. I agreed with White Pony. Okay, I agree, and we disrespected Ashton. I think it would be fair since I put Koi no Yokan in 5 and Ashton put Koi no Yokan in 7. That it cannot. I think it's gotta go in number 3. But by logic.
Okay.
Is Koi no Yokan either of you guys' number? No, that feels like that's too much.
That's too much.
A little bit too much. We have to.
Just stop.
What if we just don't write anything yet?
That's fair. We could wait until after we go through all the
Just
opinions
wait-
and then make the
wait
final
a little
3.
bit.
Yeah.
That could be fun. What do you think of that, Ashton?
Okay.
So yeah, so
Okay.
let's just keep a mental note. You both put Around the Fur in 3.
Yeah.
You put Adrenaline. Doesn't matter what you think. I put Gore in 3, but well, for all intents and purposes, Around
Okay.
the Fur. Yeah.
So what did you put for your number 2?
I put. Okay, my 1 and 2 are going back and forth. I think. Okay, personally, my number 1 is my number 1, but I'd be open to like switching that stuff around. I put Diamond Eyes at number 2, but it is a really, really good album. Listening back to it, a little bit, there are a lot of good songs. It's a really good album, awesome album cover, but I put it at number 2. That's my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is also Diamond Eyes.
Oh, wow.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
Ashton, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Diamond Eyes.
Oh,
My number
wow.
2 is Diamond Eyes.
Okay, so
Awesome.
we can
Wow.
all agree on that.
Wow.
But
But that complicates things, but that's okay. Continue.
I just can't wrap my head around Koina Yokon being better than Around the Fur or Diamond Eyes.
Okay,
I
but-
particularly Diamond Eyes to me, but
Okay, yeah. So are we doing number 1s?
Well, I mean, by process of elimination, you guys both put Koina Yokon.
Yeah,
Well,
but I will say it is because there is a lot of like, 1, personal attachment to that album, 2, like a lot of late nights we were just sitting up and letting that album run through. Like, I mean, the ending to Rosemary is just so soothing and so nice to listen to. Like, song after song after song, it's just really good. Entombed is the honestly one of the best off that album. We're gonna get it tattooed for sure. Yeah, matching
very
tattoos
cool.
because it is very personal to us. But that album entirely, like even the cover of it just describes or just gives that feeling, a visual to that feeling of the album. And aesthetically and sonically, it's just one of my favorites personally because I am into that more of like ethereal sounding kind of thing. So that's why I put it at number 1. Yeah, it's really good.
it is good. Listen, Koina Yokon is good. I'd like to make the case for Diamond Eyes and, on a few levels. First off, no skips. I think can we agree on
yes,
Diamond Eyes?
for
No
sure.
skips.
For sure.
I feel
Yeah.
like, and which is also really cool. Diamond Eyes, I knew it was good, but I didn't realize how good it was until listening to it again. It's groovy.
Yes.
It's really no skips, and on top of that, I think it modernized the Deftones sound in a way that in a very positive way. I understand that apparently the Deftones fans think Gore didn't do a good enough job, so I can agree that, and I think we can agree that I don't know, like they pretty much entirely successfully changed the sound in a way that's Deftones, but it's still modern, but it's not corny. Like
Yeah.
I can feel that there's one song. I think it might even be the main song everyone listens to, but I'll have to check again. But like, there's a bit of like a funny breakdown where I'm just kind of feel like, oh yeah, they listen to Gent a little bit, and it's like, okay, I get what you're doing. But I love Diamond Eyes. I think they did a great job coming back.
It is really good.
What was your number 1 again?
My number 1 was White Pony.
Okay,
Mine was
okay.
Around the Fur. So I feel like we have to put Koina Yokon at 1, even if I'm like
Really?
I agree.
Because like
They
it'd
both-
be different if like Trentin and I we can't even agree on what we would say. Oh,
Okay,
no.
true.
It would be like if Trentin and I both put Around the Fur at number 1, and then you guys both put Koina Yokon at number 1. Then we could be like, no, we have a case. We can argue.
Yeah.
But Trentin and I we can't even agree on what we
Yeah,
would put.
I
in.
mean, it is one thing to listen to an album for a video, like a ranking video, versus like over the years getting attached to it and listening to it like you with White Pony, which is why it was so high for you. I think that's why it was so high for us. And also just in terms of all of the rest of the albums, this one is just one that I'd come back to
But-
a lot. Well, I'd come back to a lot of the songs. Like, I'm not really a girl who listens to a lot of metal, but whenever that album does come on, Koino Yoken, I'm just like ready. I'm just like chill, and I love it.
So, if you can distance yourself from the false essence of your emotional,
I
I would still
cloudness.
put it at number 1.
So you think it's their like?
I mean, it sounds really
their best-
good.
they're both
Aside,
well
Diamond
done.
Eyes and Cornucopia come really, really close for me.
That's
This
the
was
thing,
probably my
they
hardest.
I was flip flopping
Yeah,
between
if
those
I
two.
could, I would have put them both at number 1. But
Yeah.
I put Cornucopia above Diamond Eyes. I think, and if we're taking out, the emotional essence to it,
Mm-hmm.
I just think, like, again, and I keep saying this for most of them, but it's a very, very, like, aesthetically, sonically cohesive. And it's very,
Yeah.
like, there's just it's also a no skips album for me.
Mhm.
I think, to me, it seems like the album that got, without, like, the fan love, like by the band, like, the most love put into it. Like, I don't know, something about that. I feel like it just gives off a lot of that
Yeah.
vibe. Like, and
Also, like when we were, sorry to cut you off, but
Mhm.
when we were listening to it, like each time, I don't listen to it regularly. So each time the next track would come on and I'd get into it and I'd be like, wait, like, oh yeah, I remember loving this song.
Yeah.
So it's like each time I'd kind of be like, wait, like this is really good. It's still really, really good. And it like holds up a lot. I don't remember how recent that song is.
I think
Is it?
we have no choice.
Oh, okay.
We have no choice. And
Deftones.
before you do the final thing, I just want to. I do think there is. Never forget, audience. There's nothing wrong with the with having the personal thing be your favorite. I think too, because I think that's the other thing that fucked it up. We all mutually agreed Diamond Eyes is number 2.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said about that, where it might be
Okay.
yes, no, but like I think. There's something to be said about Diamond Eyes in the fact that we all agreed it's number 2, but then our number 1 is probably a more personal thing. Do
You
do
put
think so?
Adrenaline at number 1.
I
But no,
did not
he
do
put
that.
Around
I
the
put
Fur
Around
at
the
number
Fur.
Oh wait,
and that's
Around the
because
Fur and Adrenaline was at number 3.
every song is great, and I almost put Diamond Eyes as my number 1 because
I almost did that too.
Right.
I got into Diamond Eyes first.
Mhm.
I got into Rocket Skates when I was in like 7th grade. The chorus to that song, it's got everything. It's got everything.
sauce.
And as I explored that album, I learned the Deftones is pretty alright. I like them a lot.
Mhm.
And then, secondly, I got into Around the Fur, and I realized that it had this aggression that Diamond Eyes didn't seem to have.
Mhm.
At the very least, not in the same way.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
seemed rawer
Yeah, I can understand
and
that
more
for sure.
somehow personal. I don't know if
Right.
that's necessarily true.
Mhm.
And
But
I came to love Around the Fur much more,
Mhm.
but I still love Diamond Eyes.
Yeah.
That being said, if we all put it in number 2, it has to be.
It has to be number
There's no way it
2.
can't be.
Yeah.
And since
Mhm.
we can't really,
And like
we
Trentin
can't
was
combat the tyranny
Yeah.
of all Ali and Imara.
we can't really
Yeah,
make a case for
guys.
any other album that should be number 1
Mm-hmm.
that Trentin and I would agree on. So that means
Trentin and I.
Around the Fur is in 3.
Hmm.
Uh, fucking Diamond Eyes is second,
yeah.
and Cornelio is first.
Wow.
Which
wow. I can't believe it ended up like this.
Well,
Okay,
no,
listen.
it's okay,
Wait,
it's
so
okay.
what's the overall ranking then? What did
Holmes
we-
is last.
Okay.
Adrenaline is second to last. Then it's Gore, self-titled, Saturday Night Wrist, White Pony, Around the Fur, Diamond Eyes, Cornelio Con.
Okay.
As much as we disagree on some of those things, right? Particularly, like I'd flip some things. I do
Yeah.
think that's a pretty nice. Like, I would show that to someone to be like, hey, here's the. No. Well, okay, you can shut up. Adrenaline, like, shut up. Like, because again, in fairness, like as much as White Pony, I love it and I get into it. I don't necessarily think I'd make that their first album ever.
Is there an album that people widely consider to be their best? Because I don't know.
Cornucopia.
Really?
Yes.
True.
So it is?
Wow.
I
Because
wouldn't
I
expect
think
that.
a lot of people gravitate towards Deftones for a lot of different reasons. Like, some people really do like their heavier stuff. Some people like the more softer stuff. I think Cornucopia is able to appeal to a lot of, like, a wider audience, if that makes sense. And so I think, and I think because, it fits for so many people's, like, what they look for in music. I think widely a lot of people would just put that up there because it's, it's just so, it's collectively loved, I feel like. And I think everybody has a reason for that. And so I feel like that's why it's so widely You know,
Yeah.
and just like kind of like, okay, we're just putting that up there. We all know it's not like it's a no-brainer type thing for a lot of people.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
can't hate. I can't hate. I was ready to hate. I can't hate. All right. So that's put the final list on screen. Ashton, edit it. Put it over
been
Ashton.
there.
Nope. Put it over Ashton's
Okay.
face. Put it right here.
I'm not doing that.
Put it over his head. There we go. Deftones.
Yeah. Check out Imara's music.
Yes, please.
When Allie makes her directorial debut, because that's what she's doing in college.
Oh.
Check that out. When our album comes out, if you don't listen to it, you're a fake fan, and
Like, what are you even doing here?
Exactly.
yeah, like
Like,
why
just-
are you watching the channel? Like, what? Leave.
Oh, you think because you like Deftones, you can watch this and not like Mourning Fall? The one has to become before the other, okay? And that's Mourning Fall.
Subscribe if you liked the video.
And like and comment.
And like and comment.
And hit the notification
Bell.
bell.
So you get notified for every video.
If you live in Georgia, we have a show on August 8th in Atlanta, Little 5 Points.
This is not coming out before August 8th.
Oh.
What do you mean?
There's no way you're doing it that fast.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll
okay,
do it.
okay.
I'll
If-
do it
if it
tonight.
comes out
I
before-
believe in you.
come to the show if it
Pull
comes
up.
out before. If it doesn't, ignore this
You
part.
got like
If it doesn't, dislike this video and send hate to Ashton.
that's like over 2 weeks from now. You think I'm that fucking lazy?
Yes.
Whatever. Oh, check out Trentino Gaming. We're playing Signalis, and then right after that, we're gonna play Overwatch.
Ooh.
No.
What? No?
That's my favorite game. I wanna play it again.
Firewatch, you mean?
Fire-
You said Overwatch.
Did
I
I say
was about-
Overwatch?
You
Yes,
said
you said
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
No,
we
no.
are not playing Overwatch.
I've never played Overwatch.
Firewatch is a thumbs up.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay.